Good evening. We are gathered here tonight to celebrate one of the truly great people of this community. I have known Blake Snyder since he was 11 years old, when I coached him as a member of the Alton Bell soccer team. He was the quiet kid who played in the back. He did not say much, but he was the hardest worker on the team. In soccer, the toughest players are on the back line, and that was fitting for Blake, because inside of this quiet young man was a tough-as-nails competitor with the heart of a lion. He was willing to put himself on the line in every game we played by taking on the difficult task of defense. No challenge was ever too tough, and he never backed down. This never changed, and he performed the same role on each of the teams he played, all the way through high school and into college. Even though he rarely raised his voice, he was always a team leader. Later, I had the privilege of teaching him in my biology class at Lewis and Clark. Blake demonstrated the same hard work in the classroom as he did on the soccer field, and he became one of the best students I've ever had. I always knew of Blake's work ethic, but it was here in the classroom that I realized he was one of the most intelligent people I've ever known. It's not often that a student can make the instructor think with their insights into the questions asked in the classroom. He did that almost daily with every class discussion we had. These qualities I saw in Blake, both as a player and a student, made me want him as a colleague, and I asked him repeatedly after he finished school to join my coaching staff at Alton High. He was so involved in his church and the community that he barely had any free time, but he still said yes and coached with me for 3 years. He brought passion to our staff, and his work ethic was always on display to the players on the team. Blake was willing to help any player improve and would not hesitate to stay after practice or even come in early to work with a player that needed it. Although he was as quiet as a coach as he was as a player, whenever he did speak, the players listened to him with great respect. Blake was also a great ambassador for giving back to the community. He never hesitated to volunteer for community activities or contribute his skills to any of those activities. I truly believe that one of the reasons he became a police officer was to contribute even more of himself to the community.
On the practice field, not only did Blake defend Lewis from bullying, he also taught him how to be strong and confident in the face of adversity. During games, Blake's love and protection were constant and allowed Lewis to play without fear. Blake's example of servant leadership was so impactful that after high school, Lewis chose to enlist in the Navy and would serve 8 years. He chose to enlist for the opportunity to impact lives the same way Blake impacted his. Lewis left the military in 2011 and chose to begin coaching youth soccer as another way to impact lives the way Blake had impacted his own. Lewis not only used what Blake taught him, but Blake's exact words as the backbone for his coaching. I myself have been a youth coach for 12 years. This past year was my first outside of Alton, and I now coach in Edwardsville. I now know why God led me to Edwardsville to coach. In 5 short years, hopefully I will be lucky enough to teach Malachi the same life lessons that Blake taught Lewis. Thank you.